Facebook is making a big bet on drones. The company built its first full-scale drone to provide internet access to remote parts of the world, and it plans to test it in the U.S. later this year. But what does the future of the drone business look like? NASA hosting a forum in Silicon Valley to explore the prospects and the challenges. And Jane Wells has our report tonight.
Amazon wants drones to deliver packages. Facebook is building one to provide internet access in remote places. Cisco wants to network all of them.
So all of this is going to require connectivity, networking, security, and in essence, it's going to require technologies that enable these devices to talk to each other.
However, the FAA has yet to come up with rules for allowing drones to fly in domestic airspace, and those doing so right now have to get an exemption. At the same time, private drone owners are creating havoc, interfering with firefighting efforts in California. Clearly, some sort of air traffic control system needs to be created, and that is exactly what companies were mapping out at NASA's Ames Research Center in Silicon Valley.
Another way to look at this is if you have self-driving car, you still need lane and stop signs and such to keep things flowing efficient as well as safe.
Amazon has proposed a skyway with different lanes for different drones based on their sophistication and purpose, including a no-fly zone to separate them from manned aircraft above. Many drones would need to be able to communicate with each other and have technology like collision avoidance systems. Companies like Airware are trying to come up with operating systems across several drone platforms, and it's raised $40 million in funding from some of Silicon Valley's biggest names.
Some of those investors are Andreessen Horowitz, Kleiner Perkins, Google Ventures.
This is not to say there won't be room for hobbyists to fly their unmanned machines, but they will need to follow rules.
We've got people who are non-aviators that now have access to devices that fly in the airspace, and we're trying to educate them about that.
The drone industry claims that it could generate $82 billion in value in the U.S. over the next decade and employ 100,000 people. That's assuming it can get its act together, develop a management system for drones, and the FAA can finally approve some rules. For Nightly Business Report, Jane Wells, Los Angeles.